We're going to be talking to the charity GibSams in just a moment, but first we are going to get some advice for charities. Of course, charity work, a very important part of our society, plays a big role in helping others and helping to raise awareness of difficulties and challenges that other people face. The Isola Foundation is working with Kusuma Trust to present a series of free workshops for Gibraltar-registered charities, and the idea is to provide expert advice and guidance. And this one is, or are they all on accounting? Consultant JJ Pisharello is here. Are they all on accounting, JJ, all of the workshops?
No, they're not.
Right. So the first one is the one that you're delivering, and that's on bookkeeping and accounting.
Correct.
So why is it important for charities to know what they're doing?
Well, first of all, for a number of reasons, charities are regulated entities. They are created for the public benefit. They have charitable objectives. You have people who have donated money, and we always talk about how Gibraltar, supports charities in many different ways. And it's important that trustees realize the importance of keeping proper books of accounts.
And because charities depend on sort of a volunteer effort in large part, is that something that maybe traditionally wasn't given as much importance as perhaps it might have been? So, like, people thought, well, no, this is, we're trying to help people. It doesn't matter if we don't keep the books quite as they should be.
Well, the way that donors look at charities nowadays, there is much more focus on metrics and impact. So whilst we still have many charities who do great work just simply collecting money in flag days and then giving monies to perhaps an international organization, there are other charities which focus on different areas, and that is where organizations like Kusuma Trust and Isola Foundation and other foundations and other organizations of the sort consider how they best allocate those monies that they have to better impact. So they're looking at how does the charity account for the money that we've given them? What are the initiatives that they've put together? On occasions, it is actually the donor who discusses with the charity that they want to allocate specific funds. Those are called restricted funds, so they're restricted for a particular purpose. And I see that quite a lot. I should say that I'm a member of the Charity Commission also, even though my coming here today and my presentation on behalf of Kusuma and Isola is done on a personal basis. I'm also support a charity in London, which is called Accounting for International Development, where I get to support charities around the world. So I've already been in 4 trips, including Madagascar, Tanzania, Lagos. So that takes me to places where it's not that one day the charity wakes up and says, we need someone to assist us. It's more often than not because the donors who are giving money to those charities might be concerned or might just want better accountability from them to better understand how they're putting the money that they've sent to them in better use. And this charity in London coordinates accountants throughout. And I say this because there might be other accountants out there listening today who might want to understand and what Accounting for International Development as an organization does. And I would invite them to check their website and to reach out to me if they so wished.
And who generally keeps accounts for a charity? Because, as I say, they depend a lot on people volunteering their time. Is this something that needs to be done by a trained professional?
Well, it depends. The answer depends. But what we cannot get away is from the fact that as trustees, those trustees have responsibilities. And whilst there might be someone on the board who is more comfortable with numbers. You get people who say, oh, I don't like numbers. Well, no one says I don't like letters. It's a question of you really have to have someone at the board as a trustee, and more importantly, it is a collective responsibility. So whilst one of them might take a lead on the bookkeeping and preparation of the accounts, others have to be in a position to be able to question what is happening and understand the monies that they have collected and how those money has been expended. Because those accounts have then got to go to the Charity Commission. They have to go to the donors who might have requested those accounts. So there are a number of stakeholders involved. Even in the smaller charity, they have important stakeholders, and they have to demonstrate that they have accounted for those monies properly.
Okay, so not necessarily a professional, but it would help to have somebody who perhaps has some accountancy background to be able to spearhead that initiative, no?
Yeah, so in Gibraltar we have a wide range of charities. We have the very small one, which perhaps collects money in a flag day, and then expends it by giving it to an international organization. Well, clearly you don't need an accountant for that. All you need is someone to be organized and make sure that the money collected, all of the money collected, has been properly, and then. Typically, the many of the accounting firms in Gibraltar do excellent work in supporting charities because they do it on a pro bono basis. So they get that data, those bank statements or whatever, and then they put it in a format which is, in accounting terms, the way it should be presented. But then you have the other extreme. You have charities which have big balance sheets because they have a lot of money or they have property, and they even might have staff employed. So those clearly need someone who, if not an accountant, a qualified bookkeeper to be able to do those things in a proper manner.
Okay, very interesting stuff. And JJ, you're going to be delivering then a charity, a workshop to charities a week tomorrow, no?
On the 19th of November.
On the 19th at Isola's law firm. If somebody's listening to this and thinking, oh, this would be useful for our charity, are they still in time to sign up?
I understand and I should thank Genevieve Bocino, who is from the Isola Foundation, and she was the one who reached out to me. Great initiative from both the Kusuma Trust and the Isola Foundation to think about these things and how to support charities. But yes, they could contact the Isola Foundation or Genevieve Bocino at Isola's.
Brilliant. And just if we've piqued your interest, the other workshops, so the first one's on accounting, then there's another on grant applications, there's another on marketing and social media, on fundraising, on company secretary duties, and on trustee duties. So an interesting set of workshops there for local charities. JJ, we wish you the best of luck with yours. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
JJ Pisharello.